Hi, I'm back again, and part 2 of my craft room tour. This project is sitting on my desk. This is the December daily that I was working on, so I'll have to show that to you when I get it done. But I'm kind of doing this as the days go. Last year I put one all together, finished it, and then sometimes I didn't have enough to fill the pages, and sometimes I had too much for one page. So I'm just gonna go with the flow and do it throughout the month and then put it all together. For example, this, I didn't have much going on, so I did 5, 6 on one side and 7 and 8 on the other side. And then there might be a day when I might need a 2-page spread for a day. But so that's project is right there. Underneath where I sit, I have a pile of books that I save the covers, but I keep a stack of the books because I will pull out a book when I'm rubbing my glue stick on something, like putting Cricut images together or whatever, just rubbing glue, and I don't want to get the glue all over. I put it on here, rub it on there, and when this page is covered with glue, I rip it off and go on to the next page. So that's what all those books are there for. I have my scoring board there, my paper trimmers here, so they're not cluttering my workspace. I can just pick them up and use them. And down here I have a basket that has my eyelet supplies, my eyelet punch, my little hammer. I use this to hammer on, and my eyelets. And then a drawer unit. This has all my Tim Holtz papers. This has K & Company papers. And this has papers that have cutouts that some of them I've cut apart and some of them I haven't. These are my binders. I think this is going to take another video, but these are what I use those pocket protectors, those page protectors with pockets for. But I'll go into that in another video, what I do in those books. I have another drawer unit here. This one has some adhesives, tags, some I've made. This one says cards, so it has various types of cards in there. This one says pockets, it has little miniature bags and some pockets. This one has envelopes. A lot of these I've made with my Cricut. And this one says file folders. It has just various things. And then here is another plastic drawer unit, and this contains some of my papers. This one has ledger papers and maps. This one is just thin, one-sided paper that I use to cover covers with. This is one-sided paper. This is double-sided paper. This is, Stampin' Up! Paper. And this is collage paper and steampunky-like paper. Over here, I have this drawer that I put my scraps in. It's pretty packed full right now. Sometimes I go through it and I just dispose of ones that I think I'll never use, but I go through this when I need small pieces. So that's scraps, and then in this thing on top I have smaller scraps for when I need itty-bitty things. Another drawer unit here. This, I think it was for a computer. It had, oh, what do you call them? Hard drive, or not hard drives, but the CDs that would go in computers. That's what this was for. My husband gave it to me, and I keep my library pockets in here. Some made with Cricut, some purchased, some I've taken out of old library books, and library cards that I have. They're in here. And then this drawer has, these drawers all have stamps in them. Word stamps. Oh, this drawer has trims and fibers. More stamps, numbers, alphabets, word sets. Most of these are Stampin' Up! And journaling stamps. I have a nail pounded in the wall here to hang up my Cricut mats. And here's another shelf that holds more punches. I don't like it because they fall off really easy, so I'm going to get a couple of towel racks to hang these up. My husband doesn't have time to make me another one. And I have a hook on the wall to store these pretty colored pens. So over here is my stamping area, and I have shelves right here. You know, like I said, it's not a pretty room. They're just plain shelves on brackets, but they hold a lot of supplies. Extra paper towels, colored pencils, glue gun, ribbons. I like this little ribbon holder, Martha Stewart. More ribbons and seam binding, more fibers here. My paper crimper, extra stuff, staplers. This one has my stamping wheels, Stampin' Up! Wheels. I think there's, what are these called? They're like perfect pearls, I think, that sort of thing. And this one has, is that it? It's not what I thought it was. Anyway, little painty things that I don't use much anymore. Here are my embossing and die cutting. Well, these are just die cutting things for my Big Shot in here. And then I have my Pampered Chef carousel. I have two of them. This one has my Copics in it, which I guess we're supposed to store them lying down, so I have to find something else for them. And this one has miscellaneous paintbrushes and pens. This has all my Stampin' Up! Markers in it. This is actually, it was a planter I got on clearance at Walmart years ago. I'm supposed to put plants in there, but I keep my markers in it. My stamp cleaners, and here's another one of those containers from Michael's. So this has my clear blocks for the clear stamps, some sponges, my stamp cleaner, my distressing tool, and all the distress inks that I have. This is a turnaround. This is a stamp pad holder that Stampin' Up! Sells. Fits their stamp pads, so it's full of Stampin' Up! Pads. And then I have my Big Shot right here. And this is the table that I use for stamping. I keep a sheet of paper on there to protect it. Here's my gelatos that I just bought and haven't even had a chance to play with yet. And underneath here, I have a binder that, oops, it's upside down. It holds some of my clear stamps, but I'm trying to find a new way to do these. I've purchased some of these cases from Stampin' Up! This actually came with it, but you can buy these cases. So I know I have some. I know I put some in them. But yeah, here's one. This is what I would like to do, but I have to purchase more of those cases. But anyway, that's where my clear stamps are for now. And I also have this that I got at AC Moore. And this is a big binder. And it holds my embossing folders. So I have room for more, quite a lot. Because I didn't have a Big Shot for very long, so I don't have a ton of stuff to go with it. And then over here, I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy, I'm trying to hurry. I have this big red toolbox. I've had this for many years. It has, guess what? Stamps. This was my original stamp holder, and I outgrew it and started getting those plastic drawers, but there's some more of those Stampin' Up! Boxes. So, lots of stamps. There's embossing powder in here and inks. And then these plastic drawers on top have stamps. This drawer is full of Bible verses. And this drawer has stuff I want to smash. Right up on top of it I keep papers that I just use for on top of my table to protect it. I just grab a new sheet every now and then. I decorated my wall with an old Walt Disney vintage calendar. I love it. Over here is a little container, little drawer unit that has metal pieces and little bits, and brads, more metal things, flowers. I don't do a lot of flowers, so I don't have a lot. And these are my Christmas stamps in this drawer. And then I have this large shelf unit, and it is pretty full. Up here I have games that I've purchased at the Salvation Army, and I use the cards and pieces for projects. And then these books here are books that I've made, my smash books that I'm using or have used, so I keep them here so they're handy. And all these other books are books that I got from the library or the Salvation Army that I use in junk journals, and it's just way too many books that I don't want to give any of them away. I use them, but I mean, that's a lot of books to use just for junk journals. And then I have these two milk crates that have the rest of my paper. So this one has all of my Graphic 45, and then some stacks. And this one has my collections. I have these little plastic pouches that I got at Michael's. And so this one has cooking papers, recipes for baby, for sewing or fashion, for wedding. So they have categories in them. And then down here I have some craft books and some more books to use for junk journals. And I'm almost done. I have this on wheels. And this one has the tablets of the thin paper. It's usually it's just one-sided paper, but it's the thin stuff, not the cardstock. And then my solid scrapbook cardstock is in here, the 12 by 12. And in the drawers I have some junk journal supplies. I'm stamping up what do you call them? Watercolor crayons are awesome. And some things I use for stencils, some pencils. I haven't really done a lot of junk or art journaling, but I really want to do it more. So that's what this is, holding some of my supplies for that. And I think that is it for my craft room. So I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I enjoy looking at others' craft rooms, so I thought you might enjoy seeing mine. If you have any comments or questions or ideas for how I could do things better, I would really appreciate hearing from you. So, goodbye for now.